here. I brought some company with me, some kids also who would like to share some insight on how these work for them and just to kind of help me sell this to you. But I want to start with, Ms. Hitt and Ms. Watson and Dr. Miller. We've had several conversations just about how can we help our advanced teachers and our students just to have better results. Not that anybody's not doing a good job, but just to help you even do better and help the kids do better. And when we talk to the kids, a lot of their concerns are, yes, it's a lot of work. Well, we want to go to college, so get ready for that. But how can we support you better? And a lot of their answers are, we just don't know how to study, or study groups help the ones that do use study groups effectively. So this is kind of where we're going with that. So just keep an open mind as we move through the training. Ask questions. I'm going to hopefully, I want you to leave with a plan, with resources, with ideas, and with possibly CSGs to implement immediately. So, in your packets, you have some Cornell note paper in the back. So there's some with lines, some without. You choose how you want to take focus notes today. My expectations are only that you would just model the behavior you would want from your students. So if you were teaching this and you were your students, what would you want from them, right? We want engagement, want you to take notes, want you to visit your notes and participate in all of the activities, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. Our participants today, all of you, we're gonna learn how to implement CSGs, which is our collaborative study groups, in your content areas, because we want to help support that academic performance, but we also want to help develop those kids. When we talk about going to college, and we think of going back to college, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't have, you miss it? I did not, right?
What?
Yeah, 10, that's okay.
Call that a doctorate.
That's okay. So, I did not have, like, when I hear my students talk about their advanced teachers, I'm like, wow, I didn't have teachers like that. And they say really good things about you. I had teachers who did not care. I expect you to know all of this because you're in my class, which was not the case. I struggled a lot with the reading. I struggled a lot with keeping up with the work. I didn't know how to take notes. So when I started teaching Avid, I was like, wow, if I would have had this knowledge of how to take notes, how to just know that the essential question tells me what I need to know when I leave your room, that would have been helpful alone, much less all of the other things that would have helped me be a better student and not on academic probation freshman year because I was failing like crazy because I just couldn't keep up. I didn't know how. Nobody ever really pulled me aside and taught me that. And if you think about that, we don't do that unless you do that. Like, we don't have a class, unless you're an Avid, where you are taught specifically how to do those things, time management, how to plan, how to use a planner. Those are things we just kind of acquire and learn either from observing other people or we just know it. So with these study groups, when we're talking about all of this, these are things we want our kids to do for you and then leave us and do better in college. So in your Cornell note paper, your focus note paper in the back, here's your essential question. Go ahead and write that down because we want to answer that when you leave. I want you to be able to answer that so you learned something today. How can I effectively implement CSGs in my classroom to support students' academic performance and development of college readiness skills? Let me give you a moment. This essential question is important for me as a facilitator to let you know this is what I need you to know and be able to answer when you leave at 4:15 today. So you walked in, maybe you knew what a CSG was, and if you didn't, maybe you do now. It's a collaborative study group. But most importantly, how can we support students' academic performance and develop them for college through this training today? Anybody else need a moment with this? Okay. So in your focus note paper, I want you to complete this individual quick write. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. So let's take it back, however long college was, maybe, last year for some of you babies in here? And maybe, I don't know, we had a lady yesterday that said 150 years ago when she was in college. So describe what made your most difficult college class so challenging. Think back to your most challenging time. Individually write, you'll get to talk about it in just a moment, but I want you to put your thoughts on paper.
I'm just saying.
Okay, finish up that last sentence. And I want you to take the next few minutes. I want you to share with the elbow partner at your table. Go back and forth and share what made your most difficult college class so challenging. Okay, go.
Okay, so mine, I'll choose mine, my rhetoric class. I actually really like my professor. He was married to another professor I had most respected, so I came in and he already knew who I was. But he went and read through all my work. So like actually like for everyone. And it was a small class, it was okay. So it went by really quickly. He read through all of our work and then like he let us choose the only topic that we really wanted to do. You know, because it was someone I was really respectful. Something I actually really liked. I didn't want to like let him down. What about yours?
Mine was math was super difficult. And I knew going through my first class freshman year, so I went at the different year afterwards and I was I was really struggling with math, so I called Miss Wade and I just a lot and offering tutoring, so I let her know I had it. And I would go out.
All right, come back to me in 3, 2, and 1. Do I have a couple of people that want to share out an appropriate reason? Yes, right here.
I would show up to class and then immediately fall asleep the whole time. Every day.
How did that work out for you?
Astronomy was interesting. I saw like vague pictures of planets, but I'm a good guesser. So whenever your test is multiple choice, you got an 80.
Okay. All right. Curious.
Spanish 1 4 times, yeah.
So you're a fluent speaker now?
Oh, man, I could do all of the basic stuff in teledevelopment.
Okay.
That's my jam. Destinos, oh yeah, that's me. It was a lack of, it was a difficulty with content, but it was also the lack of organization and study skills that I had for that class. Lots of terminology, lots of vocabulary that
Right.
it was just way too overwhelming. You don't have those.
Yeah.
Same, biology.
The skills,
Biology 1.
biology, okay, and Spanish. So hopefully, and you'll see as we progress that the skills, and you're about to observe a video, that the skills with this small strategy that you can use in your classrooms, how it develops those students in multiple ways. So as you're watching a 12th grade collaborative study group, as you're watching this, I want you to see which skills the students are modeling. And it will look like, oh wow, this was staged because it looks, like, wow, these kids are amazing. But obviously these kids have been using this for a while too.
way I use collaborative study groups is by assigning students homework problems, and when they do those problems and bring them back the next day at their table groups, they discuss them to look at some of the fine points of the work they're supposed to do. I found that when the students were watching me work problems and coming up with the solutions, that they were not becoming problem solvers, but problem watchers. And so by going to the collaborative groups, they became the problem solvers. They were doing the work. They gained confidence in their abilities to solve problems and no longer reliant on me. And as that improves in the class, then I'm also seeing improvement in test scores. They're going to be better off going on to college having these skills.
The way I prepare for collaborative study is I do my homework, and then I usually, if there's any problems I don't understand, I mark them, and then I go back to the problem, and if I don't get it, then I'll wait for the next day of class, and then ask my peers. They usually understand, and they help me out.
So right here, what did you do?
I took your sine and kept the angle,
Okay.
and the derivative cosine and kept the angle.
Okay, so you did the trig function. That's all you did, trig function? Okay, now remember within that trig function, there's always a chain rule.
How do you find the equation? The equation? Yeah. Okay, so you have a dy over dx, right? Yeah. It's y over x.
Yeah, y over x,
Okay, so, and then we would take...
So now you just slope, right? So you just plug it into the one equation?
Yeah, and now you have to...
You just plug it in first?
Yeah, you plug it in. Yeah, just...
Oh, so now that he explained it to you, can you explain it to me?
Okay, so what you're supposed to do...
She asked me if this was the answer I got, and I told her no because I didn't know how to solve for dy over dx. You have to factor these two terms and then divide in order to have dy over dx by itself. And I got stuck here, and I couldn't solve for dy over dx.
And was that calculus,
Yes.
or was that?
Well, a little bit of both, algebra, yes.
So dy over dx is cosine pi x times pi over sine pi y times pi.
So before you did that, so you divided this?
Yes, so I divided it over here, so it was 0.
Okay, if I can have everybody's attention again. So let's reflect on what you've done. So what are a few of your key learning points that you've discovered today? Emily, yes.
So in our table, we figured out that the problem wasn't so much in calculus, but in the algebra.
All right, good. So focus on the algebra as much as we do on the calculus.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Other ideas? Yes.
Maybe to check for understanding, we could go over the stems.
Okay, that's a good idea. So should I leave these up next time?
Yes.
For us to refer to? Okay, good.
What I like about working in study groups is it really helps us prepare for college since you can't always get one-on-one time with your professors. So figuring out how to work with peers helps you prepare on being on your own in college and figuring out what you're good at and what you need help with.
Okay. So I want you guys to now talk at your tables, and here are your stems. You can answer either or. What skills did students model through the CSG process that would have benefited you in your college class